cracking a little bit, but nothing too hateful. It'll take this saw a little bit of time to get what they call breaking it in. Bottom line, if we're throwing accurate lumber, that's all we really need to worry about. Sure is cutting like a bear. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today's project is going to be the firewood stand that I told you about. And before we get started, I'll clue you in on what we're doing here. I paid a lot of money for this drawing, by the way, but this is just a rough sketch. So on the bottom we're going to put 2 foot by 2 foot cubes, and then the next row we're going to put 18 by 24 cubes, and then the top row is going to be bundles of kindling wood. And that's the rough dimensions of what it's going to be. And then on top will be a little bit of a shed roof, and then the front will have the firewood sign on it. And I might even go as far as putting some heavy duty wheels on it, so that way I can wheel it into my shop if I'm out of wood or I just don't want it sitting out there. So this will be mobile. And they even drew the knots in, so a lot of detail in this drawing. Pay a lot of money for these drawings. So first step here, we're just going to cut the rough size of the box here, and this was the dog board right here. So let me see if you can even see what we're doing here, and that'll be good. Okay, and I want this for the very bottom. So we're going to cut that at 79.5. I squared the other end up already. And that'll mathematically work out to get all equal compartments. So I just like using just a square. Come over to the line that's on the saw and just basically just shove it through. And that's the heaviest piece there is. So I'm just going to work this pile right where it's at. So this will be the bottom. Going to set it out of the way. And I'm going to go over and square that end up, and we're just going to repeat the process here. And it might be a bit of a boring video, but I was promised I'd show you what I'm building. And why aren't you going through? So I'm just going to keep cutting here, and we're just going to get the basic box put together first. It's a beautiful fall day. It's going to almost hit 80 today. Well, we got everything cut here, and I'm just working out in my driveway because it's a nice day. So I'm just going to use these 3.5-inch construction screws with the Torx head on it, and we'll put probably about 3 or 4 of those across it. And what we want to do is try to get it as square as possible as we go here. It'll the back of it will make it square when we start installing it. But I brought some wedges out with me just to shim things up. And this is fresh lumber. Okay, we got the basic box built. So I had cut a couple of these. These will actually be used for the dividers, but it's going to lean them so they don't fall over. This is going to be for, we're going to put a shelf. We're going to rest it on there while we fasten it. And I'm going to put the 2 shelves in first. And then we would put the dividers in last. I think it'd just be a lot easier. Then I'm going to kick these tight so they will hold it to the right height. That looks pretty darn good there. And we're just going to same construction, just run some screws in it. Well, we're coming down the home stretch here. It's been a few minutes since you seen me last, and the funny part about it, this was a log, and it was probably less than 4 hours ago that this was a log. And you don't have to worry about drying stuff like this. Once it's all screwed together, it really can't go too far. So I laid this all out. We're gonna have 3 dividers in it on the top. Them are 2 foot by 2 foot compartments. These will be 18 by 24. And I'm just trying to get as close as I can. And I'm not sure how that's gonna pull down, but it might. We'll go get a clamp if it don't. Well, we're going to put the back on this thing, and there's really nothing special about this. You just want to cut a 45 on one end, and I put 3-inch spacer blocks so we get airflow through it. And basically, just trace it, flip it over, and just use it as a workbench. And all we're going to do is just keep on putting the boards in place. Looks good. And I have a bunch of stainless steel screws I had. And I'm just using stainless steel screws in the back. If I want to replace boards, they won't be all rusted in there. So nothing interesting to really watch here. So I'm going to finish running this back in there, and then we're going to work on a mobile base for this thing. I'd like to put it on wheels, so that way if I want to get it out of the way, I can just put it in my shop. So we're going to finish this, and we'll be back with you. We got to do some welding and fabricating, so it's coming along. Well, let's make this thing mobile. And collecting all the junk I've collected throughout the year, sometimes it pays off. Where I used to work, they had a lot of stores, and they'd renovate these stores every so often. So these come off of a display that was mobile in the store, and I kept these 2 halves, so I basically welded them back together, and I got a piece of angle iron, and I drilled some holes through the bottom here, which there'll be lag bolts that come up through. Then I'm going to through bolt this with some 3/8 bolts, and then this way this thing will become mobile. So, and I think these wheels should be enough to carry it. It might even move it full, I'm not sure. I got to get a couple fender washers. Forgot to bring them over before I turn the camera on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shim behind here, which that'll work perfect. So I'm going to get the holes drilled through here. So we're going to put the bolts through the inside, and I'm going to just tap it until it just starts to poke through, and I can get these how about that? That worked out good. And I'm not going to put a washer, I'm just going to put a lock washer on this side, and we're going to crank this baby down, and I can take out my temporary shims. There we go. And I think this will hold very well. And that's not even sticking through where someone could get cut off of it. So go ahead and put this second one in, and I don't think I'm gonna even need this in the way here. Put the second one in, and then we're gonna start putting signs on it, and we're gonna see if we can get this thing to put it in service today, just to see if anybody takes an interest in it before I get too much more. But I got to make some price tags. I might just make them with just a piece of masonite and just spray it with the stencil for now. I might just CNC it eventually. We'll put the sign up we made, and I'm going to recycle some tin off of the sawmill building. Since the wind took it off, I think I can get some small pieces and put a little tin roof on this thing. So we'll recycle that too. So when you see me next, we will be getting this thing ready to stock up with wood, and let's see if it actually attracts customers already. Okay, the sign is now routed. So I just use this acrylic paint. Testers makes it. There's a few companies that make this, but it's just nothing more than art paint. And we're not going to need a large amount. if I can get it to come out. It's like a, I might have to get a new bottle, but we're going to try to get this sign finished out of it. Okay, the reason I put the polyurethane on is this seals the wood, and we don't have to be very careful here. So all we're going to do is just get a lot of paint in here, and you don't have to be all that careful because this comes right off. You just want to make sure you get enough in there. And seems like you get done and you're like, oh, I missed a little tiny spot. So I found just put a bunch in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry. We're going to come back with a random orbital sander, and we're just going to knock that excess paint right off of there. And then we're going to spray some polyurethane in the lettering, and that'll seal it, because this is going to sit outside. But I've never had any problems with this acrylic paint. Another way you can do this, there's a product called Oramask, and it's a blue film that you would put over this finished board. You would route it, then you peel the Oramask off. It's fairly expensive, and this way works as well, just a little bit more work. But we're trying to put this together with a beer budget, and I'm just anxious to see if this is going to actually sell any wood, or I don't know what will happen. But I'm going to go ahead and finish painting this up, and when you see me next time, we will be sanding it back down, and we'll seal it and put one more coat of polyurethane on it. But we got to do something to the edges first, I told you about, and make this sign look really rustic, because firewood is all about rustic, and you know, you want a nice look to it. And I still say advertisement, as far as presentation, sells a lot of products just by the packaging and the display. So let's finish this painting up, and I'll be back with you here shortly. Well, you can see how easy that cleans up. That was nothing more than 150 grit paper on a random orbital sander. And I'm going to clean the bottom side up here. And then I'm just going to, we're just going to put some polyurethane with a spray can in there and seal that. And we're going to cut some decorative edges on that. And this sign will be pretty much done. Just another coat of urethane, and it's ready for advertisement. All right, another little detail. We want to make it look like it was just snapped off. A real rustic look. So basically, just grab any straight edge piece of wood and just at random draw lines. No set angles. You don't want to be uniform in depth. You just want it to look just jagged. And this gives it a nice effect. So the more random you are, the better it actually looks. And you don't want them to all come out to the edge. On the end, it kind of looks better. But we can end it off real short here. There we go. So we're going to go over to bandsaw, and we're just going to saw that out, and that'll be it. Then we're going to just give us another coat of urethane, and the firewood for sale sign is done, and we're getting ready to make some sort of a lockbox for the money, and this has turned out really nice. So let's get this thing finished up, and we'll get some wood in it before this video is over. Look who showed up. I needed some help earlier when I was picking up heavy objects, but we're going to go and get the signs hung on it, and we're going to put the price tags on it. So you want to get on that side, son? Mm-hmm. And we're just going to go right up till it hits that stop. I got to go your way a little. Okay, right about there. Okay. You got it the right way up.
Dyslexic, so no problems.
Oh, you'll be all right. That looks good. And I'm trying to save some time right now, so I resorted to hunky ingenuity again, and a piece of masonite and a stencil and some red paint. So this will be for the prices per cube here. So we'll bring in for that here real quick. We're getting so close to loading it up with wood. So you think people are going to show up here, Alex?
I don't know. So time will tell.
Oh. Oh, this isn't working. Not magnetic. Where's your magnet thing at?
Oh, yeah, right now.
He has something that can magnetize this.
I might have to see that bit real quick.
And later on, I'm going to get the CNC machine, and I'm going to make actual real signs. But for now, I just want to make something. So
you see that bit real quick.
Here, he's gonna perform some magic here. And
screws, please.
Yeah, here.
See if that, it can magnetize and demagnetize. So there we go.
Look at that. He has voodoo in that bag, I tell you.
That's the money.
So now it's magnetized. Yeah.
It makes me a lot of money.
I gotta get me one of those. Okay, we got one more on this side, and then we'll go over and do the other side. And my favorite part, putting firewood in it. And what'd I do? I dropped the stupid thing, didn't I? Oh, I think I'll put these center. So the way I'm going to lay this out is we're going to put just bundles, kindling and small bundles of wood for 5, 18 by 24 for 15, and a 2 foot by 2 foot cube for $20. And at $5, this is a heck of a deal here, because you can go up to any local stores and you will be paying $8 roughly for a little bundle of firewood. So, well, I'm going to finish putting signs on it, and we're going to get some wood and see how much wood this thing will hold. I'm going to probably have to make a couple trips. I brought some stuff back from Uncle Edmund's, but we're almost there. And the wheels, by the way, did work out very well. And I actually had to set it up on blocks because it was actually moving that easy. So I think the wheels worked out way better. So let's get some wood. Hey, could you test that out? See if that works. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. Oh my.
I got 100 in here.
Oh, that's just way too generous.
I have to pay you to do work for you.
And it's locked.
So I'm not getting that money.
So we're going to just do a 2 foot and a 2 foot by 2 foot. We're going to do one of these, and then I'm going to try to make up a small bundle and see if some of this wood flies off the rack today. I'm trying to keep them small enough but yeah, you don't want to go that tight, because then they will not be able to get their product out, and then they'll be crying. Yeah, actually I left these, I made the boxes actually 26 inches high, so we can leave it down a little bit, and they're still getting, like this here, we can shove in another piece like that, and that looks good, nice and level across the top. But yeah, I'll have to break down the math, and if you're cutting firewood, if you can sell it like this, you're better off selling it this way than bulk, because bulk wood is a lot cheaper. So I'd rather split less wood and make the same amount of money or more, would be much better. Well, we might have enough for a bundle, I don't know. Might make it. That's actually pretty good. One more piece right there. And we're gonna come up with some way to shrink wrap a couple bundles for up top, and then also I'm gonna use some of my slab wood, or not my slab wood, but my edging strips. Make bundles of kindling up with edging strips. It don't really matter what kind of wood it is, because it's just nothing more than starter wood. So you can capitalize on everything here. There is no waste. And hey, thanks for coming along. And I'll bring you back whenever we put some tin up on the roof there. And I'll keep you posted on how this is actually working out for me. This is something new I've never done before. And I figured if you don't try it, you're never going to find out. So, well, thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one. And I'm not sure when this video will post, but we'll be sawing something. Thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one. Alrighty, bye-bye.